Hello, friends. Hope you are fine. Today, it is the first day that I'm going to share weekly horoscope, and this horoscope is the for the week last week of October, and many close conjunctions are going around in all the ascendants, and few zodiac signs are going to be disturbed during this transit uh, for the last week of October 2023. So let us start with the Aries ascendant. So far as Aries ascendant is concerned, professional matters need alertness. Mars remains under combustion and comes under the influence of Mercury in the second house. In the second half, stay away from conflicts. Watch your health as well. Emotional bonds get stronger. Strong Saturns helps in keeping cash flow comfortable, and friends are of great help. Also, there is support of elder siblings also. For this, you can watch my Saturn transit video also. So spouse actively supports your work. Venus and Jupiter combo helpful for those seeking marital alliance. So transit of Jupiter in your ascendant is amazing, given that your birth Jupiter is strong, your Mars is also strong because it's the transit in Aries, and you can resort to Jupiter transit video for that. So it will be positive for spiritual seekers and higher education, and those in a role of mentors. Kids, students perform better. So the prolonged transit planetary influences caused by Rahu Ketu are difficult for those uh, who receive afflictions, house afflictions from Rahu and Ketu. Now your birth planet should be strong, and in order to remove the malefic influences, you should perform the peacemaking remedies for Rahu, Ketu, and Mercury. So these are the basic things pertaining the transit for this week in case of Aries ascendant. Do subscribe the channel in order to receive notifications for the horoscope of the next week. Now Taurus ascendant, for Taurus ascendant, things are going to be quite difficult because in Libra sign, Ketu, Sun, Mercury, Mars, all these planets are in conjunction, and they are there is a combination of these planets. They have gathered rather in the sign of Libra, and it poses various challenges to the Taurus natives, to the Taurians also. So professional matters need care. Overcrowded sixth house makes you vulnerable to arguments, conflicts, and ill health. So be cautious. However, strong Saturn acts as a protective cover for your work. Your professional life will be quite smooth, and throughout the transit of Saturn, you can resort to Saturn transit video for that. Strictly avoid provocations and prolonging conflicts. Stay away from speculative and risky investments. Losses are likely to be there. Good spell continues for those in high ranking administrative positions in government as well. Family and close friends provide good support, as isn't it? Students need to concentrate hard during this time, especially when birth Mercury is weak, and as Mercury remains weak and comes under affliction as well, and it's under combustion as well throughout the week. So inheritance matters need careful handling, as Jupiter placement is not well given the transit. So Jupiter has transited to your 12th house, and for that you can watch my video on Jupiter transit 2023. So the prolonged transit planetary influences caused by Rahu Ketu are difficult for those who receive afflictions from Rahu and Ketu. So you should continue peacemaking remedies in case of for malefic planets Mars, Jupiter, Rahu, Ketu, and Venus as well. So strengthen your birth planets through the proper gemstones, and in order to avoid mishaps. So these are the main results. So be cautious because Ketu is afflicting Sun. That is the problem you may face. Problems with respect to happiness, problems with respect to mental peace, problems with respect to mother, problems with respect to father, and there will be disturbance in domestic harmony. So these are the main results that need to be taken into consideration during this week, isn't it? Do subscribe the channel for the upcoming weekly horoscope. of the next week. Gemini ascendant. For Geminians, this transit is again a challenge because there is a close conjunction of many planets in the sign of Libra, so that poses problems to most of the ascendants, including Gemini. So the professional matters look better as Saturn has entered its Mudrukun sign, and it will be a blessing for the professional life of the native. The Sun and Mercury recover from last week's dip. Jupiter, Mars, and Venus combination, is fortunate for spouse, students, investors, new initiatives, creative persons. Businesses get a good boost as new ideas come to fruition. Cash flow, income stream, better help from close friends and elder siblings, and family also. So prolonged and positive transit movements of Saturn and Jupiter indicates gains from foreign lands and frequent travel as well. Those looking forward to settle down and find good proposals are likely among close friends or suggestions from family. So Jupiter transit is amazing for you. Saturn transit is amazing for you. However, the prolonged transit planetary influences caused by Rahu and Ketu are difficult in case these give afflictions in your chart. So continuously propitiate Rahu and Ketu and strengthen your favorable planets, and be cautious throughout this week in order to be calm. So these are the main results of for Gemini ascendant during the last week of this October. Now Cancer ascendant moon should be utterly strong. However, this transit the transit for this week is quite challenging because most of the planets are under conjunction, and they are forming close conjunctions with each other. And most often, as I said, that Cancerians also face instabilities in health and other matters as well. However, during this week you have to face professional matters. Professional matters need attention. Mars comes under the influence of Jupiter. Be cautious on account of conflicts at workplace. The Sun and Mercury gain some strength. Your initiatives, efforts generate positivity. Venus passes through Jupiter's aspect. Family matters are vulnerable to disagreements. Innocent. Stay away from needless arguments and discussions, especially at workplace. And Jupiter and Rahu in your 10th house, that is a problem to your professional life as well. So be cautious at the workplace. Health of family shows betterment. Comforts family properties. With respect to such issues, some stress will be there. And strong Saturn protects you from the worst care scenario, helps in settling family inheritance matters, and indicates easy gains generally because it has entered its Mool Trikun sign. For this, you can resort to my Saturn transit 2023 video. And Jupiter transit is also good, but it won't give results, good results in your case. For that, you can resort to Jupiter transit. So the prolonged transit influence of Rahu and Ketu, are difficult for those, charts where it is giving afflictions. So continue peacemaking remedies for planets Jupiter, Rahu, and Ketu, and it's likely to reduce the impact of strong transit afflictions and strengthen your concerned planets. So these are the main results. To subscribe the channel for the upcoming horoscopes. Now let us come to Leo ascendant. For the Leo ascendants, it's also a challenge because most of the planets are going to conjunct, and they have gathered together in Libra sign. Conjunction of many planets has taken place. However, for Leo ascendant natives, only moon is the functional malefic planet. Rather, they don't face such instabilities in life. However, professional matters look good. All planets are well placed. Generally, things look up normal. Jupiter, Mars, and Venus combination helps in gains, initiatives, move ahead, and fortune favors. Your work is recognized and suitably rewarded. Concerns for blood pressure and cardiac patients ease as the Sun and Mars gain some strength. And Saturn transit as as placement augurs well for those settled abroad, and spouse remains a pillar of strength during this transit. So good spell for all those looking forward to marriage, and some of you may have to travel more. Excellent spell for higher studies and recognition as Jupiter aspects ascendant and the 5th house from the 9th house. So Jupiter transit your 9th house, it will be a blessing, and I have explained this in the Jupiter transit video. And Saturn transit is again a blessing for you, and that I mentioned in the Saturn transit video. You can watch that. However, the prolonged transit influences of caused by Rahu and Ketu are difficult for those charts, for those natives where it is giving afflictions in the chart. So continue to pacemaking remedies for Rahu and Ketu and Moon, so as to remain safe from the transit afflictions of the malefics. So do subscribe the channel for the upcoming horoscopes. Now for Virgos, the transit is quite challenging. Virgos are going to face worst. Their health is unstable, they are facing back pain, they are facing multiple issues out of the transit, because Taurus ascendant, Virgo ascendant, and Pisces ascendant, these three ascendants, they face serious issues, because they are prone to transit afflictions. It's the reason is that the Lagna Lord, in case of Virgos, Mercury, Mercury is not able to defend against Mars, defend against Sun, defend against Ketu, isn't it? Because the nature of Mercury is it's a child. A child can never be able to save himself. He needs an adult, isn't it? That's why this sign, especially Virgo ascendant, they face multiple issues because they are unable to defend the transit, despite the strength of planets. Despite Mercury is utterly strong in the chart, still the natives face problems during the transit. So professional matters continue to face issues because in Libra, Ketu, Sun, Mars, these planets have conjuncted. There's a conjunction of three malefics in the second house, and it's a house of profession as well. So your status, reputation, that will be get hurt. So be cautious. There will be issues in the family also, there will be issues in the neck also, isn't it? There will be multiple issues, your health will be unstable, so be cautious, be cautious. Now professional matters continue to face issues. Your second house is occupied by three malefic planets, isn't it? Job threat remains, be cautious, strictly avoid arguments and harsh speech, serious fallout can be there. So Mars and Jupiter are coming under the close affliction, so your health will be disturbed, there will be back pain, there will be liver pain also. So your health and family matters come under stress, so it will depend on the strength of birth planets also, birth Jupiter strength, birth Saturn strength, isn't it? Avoid driving, accident prone week, isn't it? It is an accident prone week, so avoid driving, defer legacy related issues for the time being. Saturn strongly placed act as a protective influence for health and financial position as well. So Jupiter transit is again a blessing for the Virgo ascendant natives. You can watch my Jupiter transit video for that. So the prolonged transit planetary influence caused by Rahu and Ketu are difficult for those charts where it is giving affliction. So it's recommended to do the charities for the malefics in order to get relief from the transit afflictions during this week. So these are the main points. Do subscribe the channel in order to receive notifications for the upcoming week. Now let me arrive at the Libra ascendant, as Libra is going to face the deadly issues. One of the ascendants who is going to face major issues out of this transit is Libra ascendant. Why? Because Ketu, Sun, Mars, these planets are have gathered in the house of, in the sign of Libra. So the professional matters look better. Your new ventures with friends or partners should traction. Good financial gains from investment activities are seen. However, if you are detached from life partner isn't during the Ketu transit in Libra, it will be over after 30 October 2023. Strong Saturn is good for kids and studies. Mercury and the Sun comes out of affliction and gain strength. Protection from losses, expenses is there. Health of spouse is much better now. Better support for creative persons and new emotional relationships. Avoid needless driving. So Jupiter transit, that will be a blessing for you in Aries, because you will be able to take initiatives for your marriage, uh, your ventures with the life partner, and your ventures based on the partnerships, that will be a successful. And I have discussed these issues in Jupiter transit video, you can watch that. And Saturn transit will be a blessing for you, for your investments and for other things as well. So overall this transit is quite good, and this week will be quite good, despite the conjunction of many planets. But in case of Libra ascendant, it will be quite good. However, the prolonged transit planetary influence caused by Rahu Ketu are difficult for those who ascending sign is around some degrees, and it will depend on the nature of the chart, isn't it? So strengthen your planets that are most important, and do the charities for the malefics in order to get relief from the malefic planets during this week, isn't it? So these are the main points. To subscribe the channel for the upcoming horoscopes. Now let us come to the Scorpio ascendant. And Scorpio ascendant, these face usually issues from Venus, so Rahu and Ketu as well. However, this week is quite, this week is a bit challenging. The professional matters show some betterment. Stay away from conflicts and impulsive behavior, as these may loud you in deep trouble. Mercury and Jupiter get afflicted by Mars. Differences with friends and family may hurt. Strong Saturn acts as a good cover, because it is one of the amazing planets for Scorpio ascendant natives. And for that you can watch Saturn transit 2023. Your health continues to need alertness. Avoid driving. Injury prone week is it for you. Health of parents remain on the edge. Exercise caution while expressing your opinions. Misunderstandings likely to, as Jupiter travels through your sixth house. So kids, students need hand holding. So Jupiter transit is a blessing for you, and the next Jupiter transit will be a transit with the promise of marriage, isn't it? However, I have discussed Jupiter transit, you can watch their video. Saturn transit, you can watch their video. However, the prolonged transit influences of Rahu and Ketu are difficult for those charts where it has started giving afflictions. So pacify the malefic planets in order to get relief, and strengthen your benefic planets in order to defend the transit afflictions during this week. Now Sagittarius ascendant chart. So far as Sagittarius ascendant is concerned, one of the stable signs, as Scorpio ascendant, as Leo ascendant. Despite the conjunction of many planets in Libra sign, these natives won't face any problem out of it, because they are stable by birth, and they don't face much problems during the transit. So professional matters come out of trouble during this week. Mars, Mercury, Jupiter and Venus combination is quite positive for speculation, gains, friends and your work. Strong Saturn makes you courageous to take odd challenge. Strength of third lord Saturn, that augurs well for setting up new source of income in the long run. So good week for those working in teaching, training or financial management. Most of the planets are well placed, help you take on risky propositions. Students pursuing higher education, studies, competitive perform will be very well. So Jupiter transit is a blessing for you. You will be able to get growth during the Jupiter transit. For that you can watch my Jupiter transit video. And Saturn transit is also one of the amazing blessing for the Sagittarius ascendant natives. For that you can visit the Jupiter Saturn transit video. So however, the prolonged transit in planetary influence caused by Rahu Ketu are difficult for those charts where it has started giving afflictions. In general, I recommend that do the remedies in case Rahu Ketu gives afflictions in the birth chart as well. So you have to do the charities and remedies for the malefics, and strengthen the concerned planets and not get relief out of the problems, and defend against the transit afflictions during this chart, during this week especially. So let us come to the Capricorn ascendant. So Capricorn ascendant, they also face many difficulties usually. So however, this week will be a challenge for them, given the conjunction of many planets in Libra sign. And most of the planets, they are closely influencing each other. So professional matters remain stressful. 10th house remains focus of afflictions, because Libra sign is involved with the malefics, isn't it? So strong Saturns act as a protective cover. However, family happiness and cohesion is under cloud. exercise patience and avoid impulsive behavior. Health of father needs extra attention. Those looking for a change of job, defer your efforts for a couple of weeks. Avoid needless driving. And Jupiter transit will be a problem for you. For that, you can watch my Jupiter transit video. And Saturn transit is a blessing for the Capricorn ascendant natives. For that, Jupiter transit video can be watched. And however, the prolonged transit planetary influence caused by Rahu and Ketu are difficult for those natives in whose chart Rahu and Ketu has started giving afflictions. So do the charities for malefics and strengthen the benefic planets in order to get safeguard against the transit afflictions of the malefics, even especially during this week. So do subscribe the channel for the upcoming weekly horoscope podcasts, isn't it? So these are the main points for Capricorn ascendant. So far as Aquarius ascendant natives are concerned, Aquarius ascendant natives, so you won't feel such afflictions, or your health will be stable, given that your birth planets are quite strong. However, professional matters look good. Strong Saturn helps you in all areas. It is the prime determinant for professional matters in case of Aquarius ascendant. Those who were having job issues with respect to profession before the transit of Saturn, before Saturn transit 2023. After the transit of Saturn 2023 in Aquarius, all the Aquarians, they have attained the desired job, isn't it? They are now settled, their job has secured. However, Mars Venus Jupiter combination helps your efforts, financial gains, and fortune favors as well. In the long run, financial gains from business, new projects with close friends, siblings likely as Jupiter travels through your third house. So it's a blessing. You will be able to take initiatives along with your partners, along with your spouse, and there are chances that you will be able to, if depends on the strength of the birth planets, that you will set up ventures in the abroad as well. However, avoid needless driving, injury prone week it is also for the Aquarians also. So Jupiter transit is a blessing. For that, you can watch the Jupiter transit video. Saturn transit is one of the amazing blessing for Aquarians. Among the 12 zodiac signs, it's the best transit for Aquarians. So for that, you can watch Saturn transit video. However, the prolonged transit for planetary influences caused by Rahu and Ketu are difficult for those charts where it has started giving afflictions. So do the charities for the malefics and strengthen the benefic planets in order to get safeguard from the transit afflictions. So do subscribe the channel for the upcoming videos on weekly horoscopes. That will be a better thing for you. Now the last sign, that is the Pisces ascendant. Pisces ascendant, they also face instabilities, and as they are prone to transit afflictions. However, professional matters look slightly better now as compared to the last week. Your health, finances are compromised as the Sun and Mercury transit in your 8th house. Health of spouse continues to be under pressure. Saturn remains strong and protects your health from extreme situations. Strictly avoid driving and risky activities. Strength of Saturn maintains your position in foreign land and saves you from big losses and expenses. It does not mean that you have to use blue sapphire. No, you can never use blue sapphire. It means that the transit of Saturn in Aquarius is a blessing for you as the Pisces ascendant. So moving to far away place would be beneficial in the long run. Kids, students need hand holding rather. So Jupiter transit is a blessing for you. For that, you can watch Jupiter transit video, and Saturn transit is also a blessing for you. For that, you can watch Saturn transit video. However, the prolonged transit planet influence caused by Rahu Ketu are difficult for those charts where it has started giving afflictions. So that becomes a matter of concern. So for that, you have to propitiate and you have to do the charities for the malefics and strengthen the concerned benefic planets accordingly in order to safeguard against the transit afflictions during this week. So this was the to the point, concrete, practical based approach to Vedic astrology, where I have explained the issues with respect to each ascendant. It's not based on moon sign or sun sign. However, that's these are the main points that need to be taken into consideration. Subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos on weekly horoscopes. Bye bye.